but you know what? I've never thought, and what a great addition to the CHOO. I never thought that I would ever be a side piece. I'm not a side piece.
Well, here's the problem: is that you're in this surge for a relationship. You would like to just settle down, have one girl that you can just whatever with, and she was never going to be that.
I thought so.
No, your selection process is in the tubes.
Well, I got to stay away from married.
Yes,
that's a big one.
Married and a bunch of bambines. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Here's the unemployment choo-choo.
You know, Jeff, I had that discussion with you not to make myself feel bad, because now I feel bad. Now I feel like a used piece of man meat.
Do you?
I do. I feel taken advantage of now. I feel like I wanted to talk about I didn't even get to the whole we were talking about frozen dinners because there was a chicken nugget incident at the house. And I wanted to get into the chicken nugget incident and the fight that I had with my mom about the chicken nugget incident. And now I just feel like a piece of ass.
Well, did you never thought that way before, that you were literally being used as a side piece, and it was cool and exciting, because for people in Traverse City, KHQ was the cool thing, and everybody really liked the show. The show was rocking and rolling. And
oh yeah,
the girl went into work. People were talking about the stuff that we did on the show. I'm sure they probably haven't had that happen in Traverse City for the past year.
Oh, not at all.
Or people talk about the show and stuff. But,
yeah.
But that was happening, and then she had to go and face these people. That now it's not exciting. Now it's the unemployed loser.
Now you're just dating the fat guy
who's coming by,
right?
And now he's in the unemployed stage where it's like, give me a reason to shower.
Right.
Now we show up just throwing something on, swamp ass galore. We're showing up disheveled.
Right. Our big day was going to Walmart.
Yeah, just saying hello.
Walking around the mall, yeah.
Right, and the stops became less, they weren't as frequent at her work. And then she just totally went ghost. And it was right after that it all fell apart. There was no stopping by the radio station like she was doing before.
You're right.
She was popping at the station while we were, getting the show ready for the next day and those kind of things. And none of that. And the excitement's gone. And you're just a guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate to think that that's it, but you know what? There's no reason that somebody who was so unhappy in their marriage all of a sudden not only becomes happy in their marriage, but then moves all the way to the south with his husband, and then on top of all of it, and then she'll snap me here, snap me there,
right?
And then you know what? It's like.
Look, she doesn't have a lot of people to snap, probably. She didn't seem like she'd have somebody where she'd have like 50 friends that she would snap with. So, you're just somebody that when you want to send out a snap, you do it. Somebody to chat with.
But see, that's the thing. You're right, because if, the thing is, I'm just another dude. Like, it was just like another affair. Whereas I thought it was something more. At least that's what she said. And then when I lost. Now, how much do you think that when we get our next job, she'll come back around?
Look, I think she already tested it, tasted it, tried it,
hated it,
went down the road. I don't know. I wasn't in the room with you. I mean, you could have asked me to come in. I could have, I didn't know the sounds that were being made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing if I didn't hear anything.
Well, listen, maybe.
But I think she was trying to be polite. She was the sound down.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, yeah, and at that time too, I was always sad because I was so sad. We were just so like, what the fuck happened? Like, we both were like confused. A show that was as popular as ours was, it's like there's no reason.
And then we were up on for some pretty good gigs, having some good conversations, and then damn, here comes the pandemic.
Yep.
So then she thought you were leaving, so, I don't know. Did she move on to somebody else?
I think she did.
Did she?
She went back to the guy, but something tells me that I think she's either banging her new boss, or she found someone there.
Boss.
I think so. She won't tell me, but I think so. I feel like she might be. Or
no.
I mean, because if you were that unhappy, you can't go to be happy. I don't know.
Now, are you becoming one of those guys that only scores when you have the radio job? And you're on the radio? Is that it? Is that the only thing?
Well, I mean, look, if that's the guy I have to be, at least I'm getting some. But then you're right. It's like, then it's like, will you ever find love? Because is it just going to be, I'm going to pretend that I like your Marie Callender meal?
Yeah, because I don't see somebody choosing the roast beef Marie Callender,
Well, see, and that hurts me because I did choose it. And,
I feel like I could see it with a pot pie. That feels like something that's warm and good.
It's wholesome. A pot pie's wholesome.
Wholesome, yes. Yeah. Wholesome, yes.
It's wholesome.
I could see that, right. It's like whole grain bread.
Yes.
And I could see that. That makes sense. But to just utterly lie about liking, and then you probably just went and started buying those because you thought you had that in common, huh?
Oh, for sure. As a matter of fact, I would bring them over to her house.
See, but then you overdid it.
You're right.
And now you've peppered this woman.
Yep.
With nothing but frozen foods over and over again.
You're right.
And it probably, made her sluggish, and tired, just having these high sodium meals.
The MSGs.
She's gaining weight, retaining water,
Her feet are swelling up. She's an incompetent mother now.
Yeah, and she's like, Jesus Christ, I tell the kid I like the goddamn frozen meals, but I don't want it for breakfast.
Right.
Come on, Dave. Leave me alone.
I'm 600 fucking pounds.
And so there is no bigger tale of woe than that of a small fat bat in bed pity ass who thought he was a Romeo. He will see her again only in his dreams as she laughs and jokes about the size of his ween. She took him for a ride and that shows no class, and that is how Rizzo became old pity ass.